Hi, I'm sorry for the abrupt ending of the film 9A, but we've had some very unusual main power cut. They say that it's a power cable underneath the ground that's shorted out, and it's a major problem, and I think generators are going to have to be brought in. So just so you know why the film has ended in an odd way. So I'd like to just summarise, because I've just made 9 films. This is, we'll say, the 9.5, and it's for the people in the organisation, the TIAE. It's for all ranks. It doesn't matter whether you're Q grade, beginner, black belt, the most advanced black belt, 6th Dan. I want to summarise, so you may wish to look at all those films, but I sent a letter out asking Dan grades and club leaders to notify all the students in the clubs to decide what they thought about us leaving the TIAE. It's an American organisation, and we've been part of them since 2007. I feel as if me personally has been treated rather shamefully, and I don't want to really go into that unless you want to personally know. If you do, email me, contact me, or talk to me on a seminar, and we can go into it. This September I shall be enjoying my 50 years in Aikido. Sounds crazy. Look at me now, nearly bald, and 50 years ago I have a picture of me and Saito Sensei with an afro hairstyle. But my mind is still keen. I talk to people around the world every day about Aikido. I think about Aikido every day, and it's a bug that's just part of me, and I love every minute of it. So, to summarise, I got in all the results from the club leaders and people, and a lot of people would like to retain Aikikai membership, but by leaving the TIAE, unless I go direct to the Aikikai, that is the same place as where the Hombu Dojo is located, we'll have to go and just stick to purely UK certification. So I've given it a lot of thought, and the percentage is so low who's bothered about Aikikai that I've decided, I'll tell you brief now, I've decided to just go UK certification only. 1 or 2 people have said that they may have to leave the organisation and follow another Iwama teacher where they can get Aikikai recognition, and if that's what they must do, that's what they must do. I'd like to just tell you why I've come to this conclusion. Some of the letters I've had, they're saying, well, we don't follow the style of the Aikikai, because they put the Aikikai as the Hombu style of Aikido, where actually it's nothing to do with that. It's an umbrella. Sensei formed it as an umbrella of all the different styles of Aikido. At least that he said we can all be agreeing that we can all be under one umbrella. So it's not really associated only in people's minds. It's the style of the Hombu Dojo. But if we link it to this, where people perception is the style, then we've never invited an Aikikai teacher to teach Hombu style Aikido on any of our seminars. We don't follow the style of the Hombu Dojo, we follow the Saito Sensei's Iwama style. I keep using the word style. He called it Iwama Ryu. So it's not just the weapons that makes us stand out differently. It's also the taijutsu. We don't have the flowing big movements where it's much more healthier cardiovascular wise, and it's not as, in my opinion, as Takemusu. It's not Takemusu, it's not like the martial way. Even though it's a really good style of Aikido, I've got nothing to criticise it there, and I enjoy watching it by some instructors, not all, but I'm sure people don't like watching all the Iwama instructors. Okay, so why have I now decided that we will be UK certification only, and those who wish to leave, I wish you well, and I'm sorry to obviously see you go, but that's your decision. Saito Sensei made me realise that I must make this decision, because he said, please go and see as many masters as you can. Take from them the Aikido that you need. He said, I'm not a teacher that's going to teach you a religion. I'm not going to teach you how to find the spiritual path. You must find that for yourself, and please search out your own gurus. This is what he said. He was there just to teach Sensei's basic form of Aikido, and that's what his quest was. But why he told me to make this decision is from what I've gained from him, really. When I first met him, I was a UK second Dan certified, and he said, so that it doesn't cause any bad feelings, let me give you first Dan Aikikai. That way, excuse me, that way you can make a link with Kanetsuka Sensei in the UK. He will present you with a certificate, you'll make a link, and then that will save any embarrassment. In time, I may have said already on the films, but I'm just trying to summarise. In time, I got up to third Dan with Saito Sensei, but I was also going along taking UK certification of fourth Dan. I'd got fourth Dan UK certification. When I got my fourth Dan, Saito Sensei decided that he would not honour the Aikikai anymore, and he would perform his own certification. Well, of course, he's my master. He said to me, what would you like, Tony? Carry on with Aikikai, or would you like Iwama Ryu? I said, Sensei, you're my teacher. I follow you. Whatever you give me, you're giving it to me. Where I get the paper from is insignificant. You're my master, and you're the one I follow. I just want to jump in here and say that most of the replies I got back said the same about me, and I'm greatly honoured and humbled by it. Thank you very much. You've said that you follow me, and whatever I decide you will go along with, because it's me who you put your trust in, and hopefully my lineage with Saito Sensei, I haven't wasted 50 years for nothing. Okay, so going back, I got my fourth Dan, my fifth Dan from Saito Sensei, and if I'd have gone back on his dying deathbed, I would have got my sixth Dan from Saito Sensei. So it would have been 3 Iwama Ryu certification, not Aikikai, not UK, nothing, only his. He passed away. Sensei Hendricks thought and kindly that I should have 6th Dan. Couldn't get it off him anymore. I wasn't going to follow his son, Hitohira, so the only place is either UK or, because I was having her as my teacher at the time, we went for the Aikido 6 Dan. The Aikido said, yes, we of course respect Saito Sensei greatly, but you haven't got 4th Dan and 5th Dan in Aikido, you've got them in Iwama, therefore you must pay for all 3. So I parted with over £2,000 to get 3 pieces of paper that I've added to my wall, and I'm now covering 2 walls in my garage, what I may convert as a small dojo, so they're not just out of sight. So this led me to realise that Saito Sensei knew that I was getting UK certification as well as his Aikido ones, and it didn't faze him, it didn't bother him. So to me, this is a true master. He didn't force and stipulate that I had to jump through hoops and I must have this, I must have Aikido. I followed him, and those of you who still wish to follow me, I hope that you will accept that my certificates that we give in the organisation will be of worth, because my name goes behind them. I'm known around the world, good or bad. Most places know of me. I've never ever heard of any student in 50 years, and there's a lot of students, say they couldn't train at a dojo because they didn't have Aikido. Normally people welcome you with open arms, they don't even ask to see a passport. But we're just like the propaganda around the world that's constantly being fed to us. We feel that if we don't have Aikido, or some of us, not me, we wouldn't be able to keep training Aikido, or our Aikido wouldn't be as good. Who's it got to be as good as? So I'm going to wind up this film now by saying it doesn't matter who you follow, it's you that becomes the end result. I have outstanding students, but they've trained fanatically. They train and train. There's not a day go by where they don't do some form of training. In their gardens, in their flats, you know, they swing the ken, they get on their knees and perhaps do some Joe work if the ceiling's too low. You only get out of it what you're prepared to put in. So please remember, it's not who you follow so much as what you give to the art. You cannot be the person that you admire. You can only be the person you are. If you can't spend any more time than once a week, that's all you can do. But you do have time before you go to bed. You could swing the ken a couple of times, put it down. You know, there's always some time you can make. So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying chasing masters will not get you to Osensei's Aikido. Only your time and effort gets you there. Yes, some teachers are clearer than others, but it's a bit like I class myself as a person waiting at a bus stop, and I just wait for the people to come along. I watch people go through the Q grades, go through the Dan grades, and once they've attained their level, I just watch them and wait for them to rise to the next level. Saito Sensei once said, you are the only person who can pull a peg out and put it in a higher hole. No one else can do that for you. Are your ears only hearing what it can for the level that you're at? The answer is yes. I taught at all levels, but who's hearing me? I get emails saying, "God, Sensei, that last film I watched of yours gave me a light bulb moment." It could be a film from ages ago. I might think, oh, well, I must have said that thousands of times. But that person had a light bulb moment and they got it when they were ready. So thank you for supporting us so far. I hope you'll stay with the organisation. It's just a small change as far as it's a piece of paper. And if you feel like you need that piece of paper saying that you have an Aikido black belt one day, or you already have it, then I, in a way, feel sorry that the propaganda has made you feel that you have to have it. But that's your choice. It's your path, your journey. Thank you for listening, and I wish you well in whatever you do.